Every night, Ada walked home with leftover food, not for herself, but for the little mouth waiting in the dark. No one at the busy restaurant knew the secret she hid behind her tired smile. But when her kind-hearted boss followed her one rainy evening, what he discovered will unravel secrets far deeper than hunger. In a world where kindness can breed jealousy and survival feels like a crime, Ada's quiet life began to crumble, and someone in the shadows wants her gone. Sit back as we dive into this amazing suspenseful story. Ada was a gentle and quiet woman who worked in a small restaurant in Lagos. Every morning, she wake up very early. She put on her old worn-out clothes and walks to work. Ada's job was hard. She cleaned the table, washed dishes, and helped serve food to many customers. The restaurant was busy, and the work was never easy. But Ada always smiled and did her best. Ada was not just a worker, she was also a mother. At home, Ada had 3 children who needed her. They were small children who often looked tired and hungry. Ada's husband had left the family long time ago, and since then, Ada had been alone, trying to take care of her children. The house they lived in was very old and small. It had broken windows and sometimes cold nights. Ada did not have enough money to buy good food for her children. Many nights, they would go to bed with empty stomach. The children cried sometimes because they were so hungry. Ada's heart ached when she heard their cries. She wished she could do more for them, but money was very hard to find, and she had to work every day just to survive. Even though life was hard, Ada never gave up. She dreamt of giving her children better food and a happy home one day. She hoped that one day they would smile without hunger. But for now, she worked hard, stayed quiet, and prayed for a better tomorrow. Ada was strong, even if she looked small and tired. Every evening, after the restaurant closed, Ada would do something secret. She would ask her boss, Mr. Okon, for some leftover food. Ada didn't ask for much, just a little food for her children so they wouldn't be hungry. She was very shy and never explained why she needed the food. Ada was afraid if Mr. Okon knew about her poor life, he might get angry or fire her. Mr. Okon was a tall man with a serious face. He was the restaurant boss and he was known to be strict. But he was also kind in his own way. When Ada quietly asked him for leftover food, he would give her some without asking too many questions. He thought maybe she needed the food for herself. Ada was very thankful. She took the food carefully and put it in a small cloth bag. Sometimes it was rice, other times some meat and vegetable left over on the plates. Ada made sure to hide the food because she didn't want others to know what she was doing. After work, Ada would hurry home with the food, thinking about her children. She wanted them to eat well, even if she could not buy much. Ada's heart was full of love, but also worry. She didn't want anyone to find out her secrets. Ada's home was far from the restaurant. Every evening, she walked for nearly 1 whole hour to get there. The streets were sometimes busy with people going home, cars zooming by, and loud noise all around. At night, the roads could be dark and a little scary. But Ada was brave. She walked fast because her children were waiting for her. Sometimes, Ada's feet hurt from walking so much and she felt very tired. But she thought about her children's hungry faces, and that gave her the strength to keep going. Ada carried the bag with leftover food close to her chest like a precious treasure. When Ada finally reached her small old house, the children would run out to greet her. Their eyes shone with hope as they asked, "Mommy, is there food today?" Ada smiled and nodded, giving them the food she had carefully saved. Even if the food was small, the children shared it happily. They ate slowly, savoring every bite. Ada watched her children eat, feeling both happy and sad. She was glad they had food today, but she wished she could give them so much more. Still, Ada was proud that she could do something for her children. She promised herself that she would work even harder to give them a better life. Mr. Okon was the boss of the restaurant. He was tall and serious, but fair. One day, he started to notice something about Ada. She often asked for leftover food after work. She never asked for a lot, but she also asked almost every day. This made Mr. Okon curious. He did not know why Ada needed food every day. He thought, who is she feeding? Where does she live? Why does she always ask for food? Mr. Okon was a man who liked to know things, so he decided to find out more about Ada. One day, after Ada left the restaurant with some food, Mr. Okon quietly followed her. He kept a careful distance so she would not see him. He wanted to know where she was going and what she was doing with the leftover food. Mr. Okon was curious but also a little worried. Ada did not know that someone was following her. She walked her usual way, carrying the food bag close to her. Mr. Okon stayed behind bushes and walls, watching her quietly. He wanted to understand the story better. That evening, Ada walked quickly but carefully through the busy streets. The cars and motorcycles rushed past her and the city was full of noise. But Ada knew the way well. She was not afraid because she had walked that road many times before. Mr. Okon followed her quietly. He did not want her to see him. He was surprised that Ada walked so far. He saw that she looked tired, but she kept going without stopping. Ada reached a small old house at the end of a quiet street. The house looked weak with broken window and a cracked door. Ada opened the door softly and went inside. Mr. Okon stayed outside and watched. He wondered what was inside the house and who lived there. He did not expect to find out the secret of the woman who worked so hard in his restaurant. Ada's home was small and simple. The walls were cracked and the roof looked old, but the house was clean and warm. Ada had made the best she could with what she had. Inside the house, Ada's children ran to her with happy smiles. Their eyes sparkled because they were waiting for the food she brought. Ada gave them the leftover food carefully and sat down with them. They ate slowly and shared the food. Ada looked at her children's face, filled with hope and hunger. She wanted to give them more, but this was all she had. Mr. Okon watched from outside. His heart felt heavy. He saw a mother's love in Ada, stronger than anything. He never thought Ada's life was this hard. Seeing her struggle made him feel sad and guilty. The next day, Mr. Okon asked Ada to stay after work. He wanted to talk to her. Ada was nervous and did not know what to expect. Mr. Okon looked at her kindly and said, "Ada, I see you always ask for leftover food. Why do you need it? You worked hard, but it does not seem enough." Ada looked down and felt shy. She whispered softly, "My children are hungry, sir. My husband left us a long time ago. I have no money and I do not want to lose this job. I only asked for a little food to keep my children alive." Mr. Okon listened carefully. He felt sad and worried. He never knew Ada was fighting such a hard battle every day. Her story touched his heart. Mr. Okon thought about Ada's story for many days. He wanted to help her, but was not sure how. The restaurant had rules about food and money, but he could not forget Ada's pain. He started watching Ada more closely, trying to understand what she needed. He also talked to some friends to see if they could help a woman who worked hard but had little. Mr. Okon wanted to find a way to help Ada and her children without making her feel ashamed. He felt the strong love Ada had for her children and wanted to protect her. Not everyone at the restaurant was kind. Some workers started talking about Ada behind her back. They said she took too much food and was lazy. Ada heard the whispers and felt scared. She worked every day, cleaning and serving food, but the gossip made her feel bad. She wanted to quit, but she had no other job. Mr. Okon saw what was happening. He was angry that people misunderstood Ada. He knew she was honest and brave. Mr. Okon promised to protect her from the gossip. One night, Mr. Okon went to Ada's house again. This time, he brought a small bag of rice and some money. Ada was surprised and almost cried. She never expected help like this. Mr. Okon smiled and said, "You are a good woman, Ada. We will find a way to help you and your children." Ada felt a small hope grew inside her heart. Maybe tomorrow will be better. After Mr. Okon gave Ada food and money, Ada felt a little more hope, but the danger was not over. The workers at the restaurant kept watching her closely. Some did not like that the boss helped her. They thought Ada was getting special treatment. One afternoon, while Ada was cleaning tables, a woman named Ngozi whispered to her, "Be careful, Ada. People are talking. They say the boss is giving you extra food and money. If the boss find out you told anyone, you might lose your job." Ada's heart beat fast. She looked around, but no one else was listening. She nodded quickly. Ada knew she must be careful. She could not lose this job because her children needed her. That night, Ada sat alone thinking about Ngozi's warning. She was scared. She thought about her children and how hungry they were. She also thought about Mr. Okon, who had been kind to her. She did not want to disappoint him or lose the little help she had. Ada promised herself to be very careful from now on. She would keep her secret safe and work even harder. But deep inside, Ada wondered how much longer she could hide her pain and hunger. A few days after Ngozi's warning, Ada was surprised to see a visitor at her small home. It was Mr. Okon. He came quietly, without any noise. Ada's children were playing outside, and when they saw Mr. Okon, they stopped and stared, unsure of what to think. Ada felt nervous and a little shy. She did not expect her boss to come to her home. Mr. Okon looked around the small house and nodded slowly. "Ada," he said softly, "I want to help you more, but I don't want to make things harder for you." Ada looked down and said, "Thank you, sir. I am grateful for all you have done." Mr. Okon took out a small notebook from his pocket and opened it. "I have been thinking," he said. "I want to give you more food every day and maybe a little money to buy things for your children. But you must promise me to be honest and keep working hard." Ada smiled with tears in her eyes. "I promise," she said, "I will never let you down." But then, Mr. Okon's face grew serious. "Ada, I also want you to tell me if anyone at work is bothering you or making things difficult." Ada nodded quickly. "I will." Before leaving, Mr. Okon looked at the children and said kindly, "Take care of your mother, children. She is very brave." After he left, Ada felt a mix of happiness and worry. She was thankful for the help, but she also feared what Ngozi had said. Would the other workers stop bothering her? Would they find out about the help? Ada hugged her children tightly that night. She wished things could get better soon for all of them. The next morning, Ada woke up early as usual. She prepared her children's small breakfast before leaving for the restaurant. She felt a little stronger because of Mr. Okon's kindness. But deep inside, a quiet worry stayed with her. At work, Ada noticed that the workers were watching her more closely than before. Some of them whispered behind her back. Ngozi gave her cold looks. Ada tried to ignore them and focus on her job, but it was hard. One day, while Ada was cleaning the floor, she heard someone say, "Why does the boss like her so much? Does she get more food because she is his favorite?" Ada felt her heart beat fast. She looked around but did not see who said it. She wished she could explain that she only took leftover for her children because they were hungry, but she was too afraid. Later that day, Ngozi came close and said, "Ada, you should stop asking for food. People are talking, and it will bring trouble. The boss might get angry if he hears too many stories." Ada whispered, "I only take what I need for my children. I don't want trouble." Ngozi laughed softly. "Well, if trouble comes, don't say I didn't warn you." Ada felt tears behind her eyes but kept working hard. She wanted to protect her children no matter what. She remembered Mr. Okon's word about being honest and brave. That night, Ada sat alone again, thinking about the work and the whispers. She did not want to lose her job or the small help she was getting, but she also did not want to hide from the world. Ada promised herself she would be strong. She would keep going for her children, even if the shadows at work tried to pull her down. One evening after work, Ada was cleaning the tables when she saw Mr. Okon quietly watching her from a distance. He looked worried. After closing the restaurant, he asked Ada to stay for a moment. "Ada," he said softly, "can we talk somewhere private?" Ada nodded and followed him to a quiet corner behind the kitchen. Mr. Okon looked around to make sure no one was near. "I want to help you more, but I need to know if anyone at the restaurant has been unkind or causing problem for you," he said carefully. Ada felt her throat tightened. She wanted to tell him everything but was afraid. Then she whispered, "Some workers don't like me. They say I get special treatment. Ngozi warned me to stop asking for leftover. I try to ignore them, but it's hard." Mr. Okon frowned. "I will speak to them. No one should treat you badly here. You are part of this team, Ada." Ada felt tears rise in her eyes. "Thank you, sir. I just want to work hard and care for my children." Mr. Okon nodded. "I will help. But Ada, please be careful. Some people can be jealous and dangerous." Ada looked at him and said, "What should I do?" "Keep your head down. Walk quietly. If anyone bothers you again, tell me immediately. I won't let them hurt you." Ada smiled through her tears. She felt a small hope inside her heart. Maybe things could change. Maybe the darkness at work would fade. Before leaving, Mr. Okon said, "Ada, you are stronger than you think. Your children are lucky to have you." Ada whispered, "Thank you, sir." That night, Ada sat by the window watching the stars. She thought about the secret meeting and the promise of help. She prayed the shadows would leave her and her children alone. Days passed. Another tried to forget the whispers and cold looks at work. But the trouble did not stop. One afternoon, while Ada was serving customers, Ngozi stepped close and said in a low voice, "I heard the boss is giving you extra money and food. People are angry. You should watch your back." Ada felt her hands shake. She whispered, "I don't want trouble. I just want to take care of my children." Ngozi smiled coldly. "Well, some people don't care. They want you gone." Ada tried to stay calm. She remembered Mr. Okon's promise to help her, but she also knew she needed to be careful. That evening, as Ada walked home, she felt eyes watching her from the dark. She quickened her step, but heard footsteps behind her. Her heart pounded. Suddenly, a man stepped out from the shadows. "Hey, Ada," he said with a sneer. "People are talking. They don't like you getting special favors." Ada's voice trembled. "Please, I am just working hard. I am not trying to cause trouble." The man laughed. "We will see about that. Watch yourself." Ada ran the last steps to her small house. She locked the door and leaned against it, shaking. Her children came to her, sensing her fears. Ada hugged them tight and whispered, "I will protect you no matter what." That night, Ada told Mr. Okon about the man and the threat. Mr. Okon's face grew dark. "This is serious, Ada. I will make sure you are safe." Ada felt a mix of fear and hope. She knew the road ahead was dangerous, but she would not give up for her children. She would be brave. That night, Ada could not sleep. Her mind was full of fear and worry. The man who threatened her was still out there. What if he comes back? What if the other workers at the restaurant joined him? She held her children close, whispering soft words to calm them. Outside, the wind howled, and shadows moved like ghosts. Ada wished for a safe place, far away from the dark streets and angry voices. She thought about Mr. Okon and the promise he made to protect her. She hoped he would keep his words. Suddenly, there was a soft knock on the door. Ada's heart jumped. Who could it be this late? She quietly opened the door just a little and saw Mr. Okon standing there holding a small bag. "I thought you might need this," he said gently. "Some food and money for the children. And don't worry, I have asked the police to watch the area around your house." Ada felt tears in her eyes. "Thank you, sir. You are very kind." Mr. Okon smiled. "Ada, you are very brave. Keep being strong. I will do everything to help you and your family." After he left, Ada closed the door and looked at her children sleeping peacefully. She prayed for safety and better days. Even though the night was scary, Ada's heart felt a little lighter. She knew she was not alone. Days passed, and Ada tried to walk without fear, but the danger was still near. One afternoon, while Ada was cleaning the kitchen, she found a small piece of paper hidden under a chair. She picked it up carefully. On the paper was a short message: "Stop asking for favors, or worse will happen." Ada's hand shook. She showed the paper to Mr. Okon when he came in. His face grew very serious. "This is bad, Ada," he said quietly. "Someone wants to scare you away. But don't be afraid. I will protect you." Ada nodded, but inside, her fear grew stronger. She did not know who sent the note or what worse meant. She thought about her children and prayed for their safety. That night, Ada kept the paper close and told her children, "No one will hurt us. We will be strong together." The next day, Mr. Okon asked Ada to come to the restaurant office. He told her he was going to speak with all the workers. He said, "No one should make you feel bad or scared." Ada felt a little hope, but also knew the battle was not over. She wanted to believe in the better future, but the dangerous secret behind the threat was still hidden in the shadows. The next day, Mr. Okon called a meeting with all the restaurant workers. Ada was nervous as she walked into the room. Everyone was looking at her. She felt their eyes like little sharp knives. Mr. Okon stood in front and spoke loudly so all could hear. I know some of you have been saying bad things about Ada. She works hard and takes care of her family. She deserves respect. Some workers looked away, others whispered quietly. Ngozi was there too, but she stayed silent. Mr. Okon continued, if anyone is bullying or threatening Ada, I want to know now. This is not a place for hate. Ada's heart beat fast. She wanted someone to stand up for her, but no one did. Then, Mr. Okon said, Ada, you are not alone. We will protect you. But you must be strong and keep working hard. Ada smiled softly. She felt a little stronger. Maybe this was the start of change. After the meeting, Ngozi came to Ada. Ada thought she might be angry, but Ngozi said quietly, I am sorry for the troubles. I was wrong. Ada was surprised. Thank you, Ngozi. I forgive you. That night, Ada thought about the meeting. She felt hope grew inside her. The shadows were still there, but maybe soon the light will shine. Things started to change at the restaurant. Some workers began to smile at Ada, and the cold looks became fewer. Even Ngozi helped Ada during her busy time. Ada felt lighter in her heart. One morning, Mr. Okon gave Ada a small gift, a basket filled with food and clothes for her children. For your family, he said kindly. Ada felt tears well up in her eyes. Thank you, sir. You have been very good to us, Ada said softly. Mr. Okon smiled. You deserve it. Your children are lucky to have a strong mother. Ada walked with new hope. She no longer felt alone in the fight. She knew that even though life was hard, kindness could grow in dark places. At home, Ada's children were happier too. They laughed more and shared stories about their day. Ada told them, we must always be strong and kind no matter what. One evening, as Ada watched her children sleep, she whispered a prayer. Thank you, God, for this new beginning. But deep inside, Ada still wondered about the threats and the shadows. Who has sent the note? Would the danger come back? For now, Ada decided to live with hope. She would keep fighting for her children's happiness. Even though things had gotten better at the restaurant, Ada felt a quiet fear inside her heart. The strange threat had not stopped completely. Sometimes, she would hear noises outside her small house late at night. Shadows moved where no one should be. One evening, after putting her children to bed, Ada saw a shadow near her window. Her heart beat fast. She grabbed a small stick for protection and slowly walked to the window. No one was there, but on the ground she found a small box wrapped in brown paper. She opened it carefully and saw a note inside. The note said, "This is just the beginning." Ada felt cold all over. She held the note tightly and sat down, trying not to cry. Who wanted to hurt her, and why? The next day, Ada told Mr. Okon about the box and the note. He looked very serious. "Ada, this is dangerous. You must be careful. I will ask the police to watch your house more closely," he said. Ada nodded, but inside, she knew the danger was closer than she thought. She looked at her children, playing happily, and made a silent promise to protect them no matter what. She said to herself, "I will not let fear win. We will face this together." The shadows were still there, but Ada's heart was stronger. The fight was not over, but she was ready.